Good afternoon, good evening, everyone. I'm Real King, and this is it, y'all. All right? Okay, you guys, let's get into this video. Just got back from work, cleaned up, relaxed, ready to do this video. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a different video today for you guys. First, I'm going to let you guys know real quick. Busy day today at work. Not all the way through busy, but it was the morning wasn't as bad as I expected it to be. We did get that container in, but we had a lot of hands on it, and we had actually like a chain going. You know, there was people inside the container that were loading the boxes on 2 pallets. Me and another excuse me, co-worker were running them pallets to 2 other people that were putting the stock away. We had 2 people in. 2 to 3 people at any given time inside the container loading boxes onto pallets, while 2 people took pallets to the other 2 people that was putting it up. So we did the same thing on my first day, 3 weeks ago, and it was like it was 3 of us, and it took 3-4 hours. It was crazy. And so this one was a bunch better. It took about 2 hours, I think, to get it all done, but it was good. So it wasn't as bad as I expected it to be, which was nice. And so after that, of course, it was a normal routine of picking tickets, pick tickets and pull orders. So I was doing a bunch of that today. And to start everything off, I had a transfer to do, but it wasn't too bad. Excuse me. Whew, I'm tired. But today was a very tiring day. To give you guys an example of just how busy I was and how tiring today was for me, on my phone, it tracks my steps, okay? And before working this job, I was averaging, I'd say, between 3,000 steps to maybe 6,000 steps a day. As soon as I started this job, day 1, I obliterated that record by a lot, like double. And then it seemed on average, I was maybe getting, I don't know, maybe 15,000. Excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm really tired. I was getting 15,000 steps, or close to. So I figured I'll go ahead. I think last week I upped my step amount to about 15, being that I was already getting I was getting more than 6,000 easily. So I figured, okay, I can easily average about 15,000 miles or 15,000 steps a day, and that actually is a good challenge, because some of those days, this week and last week, were not 15,000 steps. I was getting 13 on average. But today, now before I get to today, so when I was getting, and then a few times I was getting 16, 17, and 18,000 steps. So I figured, you know what? Let me try it for 20. Why not? Okay, guys, I have to tell y'all, I wasn't even trying to. Today, and there was a lot of footwork I was doing. I was doing a lot. I basically swept the entire warehouse, because there were areas that were now open because these new people coming in from Florida, the company that we merged with, the main company that we merged with, they have came out, and they've been helping us, kind of get stuff organized and together. And sorry again. So there was a lot of blocked areas prior to them coming, and there was stuff everywhere. Now the warehouse is wide open, clear. All the aisles are basically open. There's the corner that had a bunch of boxes of just old stuff just thrown, and it's just dirty. Everything's been cleared out. It was bananas. And so I swept everything up. And then towards the end of the day, and I was still pulling orders. I was pulling a lot of orders. Towards the end of the day, like the very end, there was a bunch of boxes that needed to be broke down and thrown into the dumpster. But the guy didn't even come until like really late. So I got all that stuff broke down by myself, one deep. I was doing as much as I could, taking out garbage. I was doing it all, y'all. I was there to work. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to look at that time and be like, wasting, doing nothing. There was stuff to do. Okay. As of right now, I have at least 22,000 steps, almost 22,500 steps is what I almost have. So I completely obliterated my 15,000 mark and my idea of doing 20,000, which means I also got another badge on my steps under the Samsung Health, which is cool because I've never got that many miles or that many steps before. Not that since I've been keeping track of it, and I like that app because I like that because it also converts to calories being burned and how long it tells you like how long you've been that you were doing that consistent. So it was about, it says 240 minutes worth of consistent stepping and stuff like that. Y'all understand what that means? Convert that. That's exactly what I was doing. I was straight busy, y'all. I was not sitting around except for break. And there's a couple of times where it was kind of slow after pulling orders where there wasn't anything coming in. And I was kind of standing around. I'm like, okay, I ain't trying to I don't want to get tired and get too complacent. So I was moving around. So that was the result. I'm sorry again. Okay. So it was a very good day, very productive day. And yeah, a buddy of mine, one of the guys from Florida, I guess he went to get some lunch at some place, and I don't know if he just didn't like it or he got too much, but he got this burrito and he gave it. He had an extra burrito. He gave it to me for lunch, so I had that. It was a big, nice burrito. It was packed. I was like, geez, it was good. And I already brought my lunch, but so he gave me that, and that filled me up. I had a couple of oranges to go with it, and so I figured, you know what? I'm gonna save my lunch that I packed for myself, and I'll eat that for dinner. And it worked out great because I'm very tired and I don't want to go downstairs and heat up anything. It's hot outside anyway, so I'm just like, I'm gonna chill. I'm just gonna do me and relax. So that worked out great. Okay, so that's my day. Great day. So now with this video, I wanted to tell you guys a little something because it goes with this channel and it goes with the some of the purpose of my channel. So I know you guys know that I've already let y'all know that I'm going to be traveling and or moving. So I guess I probably you guys would be wondering a couple of things. Well, what am I going to do for work? That might be a question. Or even if you are planning to do any kind of traveling or moving, you might want to know what your options are for work. So a place like Brazil where the economy is not great, it's not good at all. And so the jobs are not that, depending on where you're at, there may not be any work for you there. And if there is, it may fall in line, you may fall in line with the locals there by getting paid the same amount as them, which is nothing. So if you're not from there, and if you're coming from a country like America where the economy is compared to theirs much better, there are options that you have, but you need to do it. You need to take heed to these options before you leave. So the thing that you need to make sure before, in addition to a passport, your visa, all your documents, getting all that ready prior to going, learning the language, is getting yourself job ready for when you leave. So a lot of people are either YouTube content creators, what is it called? So they're doing that. Um, they do work from home stuff. So that is kind of the big thing, unless you have your own business or you are retired and you have some kind of, pensions or, you know, savings or whatever. So, but if none of those apply to you, then you need to be looking at some kind of work, maybe like stay at home, work from home type of work. And there's plenty of jobs out there that are nationwide that you can do that. So, um, that is basically what I'm going to be doing. And so I have been kind of putting my feelers out and seeing, what is out there. But and YouTube is a good place to find out some of that information. There's some YouTubers that actually give out that kind of information, or provide us with those kinds of opportunities. They go out and check for that kind of stuff, or they have, kind of inside scoops or whatever. So that's basically what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing a few different things. I'm trying to do my YouTube channel, obviously, but that's not going to be doing any kind of major generating right now. So in the meantime, in the between time, I need to be doing something that's going to generate money, which is most likely I'm going to be doing some kind of work from home type of thing, which is great. So I have a computer, and that's basically all you need. So you can apply for a lot of places. I know Amazon, does hiring, a lot of different customer service type jobs. So what you need is to figure out what you need as far as skill wise for those kind of jobs. Now, there are some jobs that do not require much experience or none. Will train, whatever. The good thing is I have a lot of experience in customer service, data entry, different types. I've worked for insurance companies. I have worked for different programs, like for web designing and stuff like that. So I have a good amount of experience in customer service. I started off doing telemarketing, so I know how to go through that. I did good with that. I did good sales, so also I'm good with sales. So telemarketing, in order to be successful at it, it's about commission. So overcoming the hangups and all of the cussing, people cussing you out and that kind of stuff. You just got to be on the grind. You know what this work is like, and but you got to overcome it. It's not for everybody, but if you don't give up and give in too easily, then that's a good job for you. You got to start somewhere. And I did that when I was like 22, 23, in my early 20s. And I didn't think I was going to be doing it for as long as I did. I actually worked for this company, and then I think over a year, 2 years, I just kept moving up in the company. And so it was an interesting experience, to say the very least. But I did a few different jobs after that. I did some in Colorado and Denver. I got a job like that. So I guess, I'm pretty good on the phones, and then one company I worked for, I actually, I was, well, back in the late 90s or in the 90s, early 2000s, they called it blind monitoring. Now there's AI that monitors your calls for quality assistance or whatever they say. So it was different back then. So what happened was, you have this script that you need to read verbatim, and then other stuff that you can say on your own. Then there's this rebuttals that you have to read verbatim, etc., etc. So, but you have to do that. And so at this company, my supervisor, she had a meeting with us all, and like, look, tomorrow I'm going to be blind monitoring calls. What that means, for anybody that doesn't know what a blind monitor is, it means there's going to be someone who is going to be listening into the calls, and you will not know when they're going to do it because it's silent. That's why they call it blind monitoring. Okay, you don't know, and there's no indication on if your call is going to be monitored. Now, I don't remember if it was just periodically, if it was just random or not, or if it's everybody. But when they do that, the expectations is you are supposed to read it. Maybe they just were hard back then, but you got to read everything verbatim. Exactly what it says, no filling in, no taking out. What it says you need to read verbatim, every word for word, you got to do that. So we would have they started doing a contest. Whoever got 100% get a reward. I think at that time it was like a McDonald's gift certificate or a gift card or something like that. And I'm going to tell y'all just nothing but truth. The first time they did it, I won. I was surprised. Now, I was surprised because there were other people that I thought were a lot better than me, sounded way better than me. And I was like, I was confident in my, in my work, but I was like, I literally thought some of these women were way better than me because they were doing it longer than me. They were older than me. I figured, okay, this is duh. No. And I was shocked. I think they did that. This is when PlayStation 2 was out. This is when DVD players were just coming out. So one contest, I won a DVD player. And the next month, because it was for the entire month, y'all. The next month, I was sick. I was out of work for like 2 weeks, I think. Came back. They were doing this contest, but the contest prize was the PlayStation 2. I won that one. I won that month as well, y'all. But this is what they did. They finessed me. They were like, well, and I don't even, so there was a new person that came in, but they was there the whole month. Even though they did not, I forgot I had to give it to the new person on technicality purposes because I wasn't technically there the entire month. Even though I had destroyed everybody, I was destroying them because part of that was also sales. There was commission part in that as well. So I was beast mode, y'all. So my resume really speaks for itself. So that's what's up with that. Okay, so you got to get a job. Having a job, and you have to have some kind of an idea. So I have an idea of some work, and matter of fact, there's a person that contacted me earlier today, right before this video, about a work from home job. So I want to see if it's legit, because they said they got my information on Indeed. I'm hesitant about that, but anyways, we're gonna see on that. So the last part I want to talk about real quick is people that don't really know me. So I don't want this to come across to people in a bad way. I'm very direct. So what that means is this. So I'm very confident in myself and in whatever I put my mind to doing, I will achieve it. I know that. I don't do things the way other people may expect me to do it. I'm very unconventional. I kind of just do as I want to. And that doesn't really work for a lot of people. They don't really understand how I'm supposed to be, if I don't do it this way. But that's on them. There's people that also have doubted me, have kind of shunned me, have kind of just ignored me, have kind of just wrote me off, have kind of just, I don't know, don't take me seriously. And I'm actually very used to that. And basically, I can show you better than I can tell you. Whoever it is, whoever you are, whoever those folks are out there that ever doubted me, that didn't believe in me, who gave up on me, who wrote me off. I owe all of what I'm doing now and my eventual success to y'all because y'all motivated me. Y'all motivate me. I don't get mad. I use that, I recycle that into motivation, and I keep my mouth closed, and I'm going to show y'all. Whoever y'all are, it doesn't matter. Family, friends, acquaintances, whoever. All of y'all need to see this video because it is y'all who have woke up the motivation in me to just, and things are working for me. So now I'm a person that's a giver. I'm a giving person. People that really know me know that I'm a giving person. I'm cool to everybody. But I'm like an elephant. I don't forget. I don't forget at all. Because there's going to be a day, y'all who know me, everybody's going to know me. Everybody's going to know me. Everybody's going to know who I am. And I'm not trying to be, nor do I want to be famous. I don't, that's not any of my concern. But I will let y'all know this. I've always told myself, because it's always something I wanted to do, I'm a person that wants to give back. But I'm giving back in a certain way. Once I get to that point in my life where I can do those kind of things, I plan to give back in a big way. I don't know whether it's start something, create something, but I have an important meaning to life. And I just feel that my opportunity, when it comes, is going to be big. And it's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always wanted to give back to the kids, give back to needing people. And so these are some things that are going to be happening with me. So the more, I make content, the more subscribers I get, the more, likes, the more, the more conversation, engaging in my channel that I get, it's all going to be given back. Okay. So it's like the more that y'all, help me out, I don't forget. Okay. My 14 subscribers that I have right now, you guys I really appreciate y'all. Y'all are helping me out, and y'all are, giving me the motivation and helping, you guys are encouraging me to continue to do my thing. And I really just appreciate that. So, as a result, what I am planning to do, like I said, once I reach that moment, I will be giving back in a big way, because it's always something that I wanted to do. And so I just want to let y'all know that is something that is in the works. And like I said, the world is going to definitely know who I am, in a major way. So I've always sat back and I listen to all these superstars, these athletes, and famous people. I never understood how they make so much money while the entire world is going to crap and is in deficit, but they ain't never in no deficit. And then it just, I never understood how come things are just way different for them than us, because they make so much stupid money that, I mean, they have multiple homes, which is unnecessary, cars and jets, and they can go and I mean, they just spend money stupidly, as if they don't live in a world where people are, struggling. And I've always hated that. Never understood it, So I'm going to do something different because I want to. And it's just something that I want to do. So, you know, um, I don't need all that stuff. I don't need a bunch of cars. I don't need a big old home. And, there's other stuff that I rather, you know, put my money towards. So I just want to let y'all share that with y'all because I don't know if a lot of y'all know about who I am, who I really truly am. Um, there's a lot of stuff that I want to kind of clean up in my life, you know, being righteous, you know, I need to clean up my language because that's just not fly. I was doing good at first and then I kind of got lazy and allowed, myself to just, not remember. And so, yeah, but anyways, a lot of cussing is just that's not something that I enjoy doing. Um, so that's something that I definitely am going to change because I don't like it. Um, but yeah, so with that being said, I didn't have too much that I needed to talk about with you guys today. Um, it was a good day. It really was. The weather was good. I got enough rest. And so I'm going to relax the rest of this evening. My body is very sore. I have no idea what tomorrow is going to have in store for me, Father willing, if I'm able to ride to see another day. I don't know. So, but other than that, like I said, I'm gonna relax. My entire body hurts. I'm gonna probably take an ibuprofen and just relax in my bed, watch some movies, read my, my scriptures, and that's about it, y'all. I did do something kind of cool. Um, I haven't told y'all, but I smoke cigars. I just took up that hobby of cigar smoking a couple of months ago. And just like, weed, I don't want y'all sitting up there, you know, um, uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Why am I drawing a blank? I don't want y'all talking down on and being biased about cigars if y'all don't know about them. Don't speak on it because it's not the same as smoking anything else. I'm just gonna say it like that. But I went ahead and I bought me some more cigars yesterday. I ordered them. And I'm excited because at least one of the cigars that I got is kind of like it's basically the upper echelon of cigars. It was like kind of an expensive cigar, almost $20 for just one, and to give you guys an idea, if you guys are not familiar with cigars or whatever, cigars, cheaper ones around, you can get them, anything up to about like 11, 12 and under is fairly cheap. 13, 14 up and up and up and up, they're starting to get up into the nicer levels or the higher end type of cigars or whatever like that. So one of the ones I got was like $17, and it is, but everybody that knows about this cigar is like, it does not have there's no bad, reviews on this. Like, it's just a good smoking cigar. So I'm very excited. I'm only down to 2 cigars anyways. And so, since I started this new job, I haven't actually had time to go smoke cigars because I normally go to the park after I got off my other job when I was working overnights, and I would smoke before I go home. But since this job, I have not been doing that because I've been a lot tired, I guess. But I think I'm going to actually smoke one this Friday. I'm going to take it with me to work, and then because I don't have to work on Saturday, so I'll take it with me, and as long as I'm not too tired, I'm just going to stop off at that park and enjoy it, because a cigar is supposed to be a relaxing thing, okay? It's supposed to be something that you do casual, and the way that you smoke cigars is unlike smoking weed or even a cigarette, okay? It's like a cigarette is for a purpose, like if you're stressed out or whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's when people smoke. smoking weed is like, if you just want to be high, or if you need help going to sleep, or to calm yourself. So it's more for a purpose. There's no purpose that you smoke a cigar. You're doing it as casual thing. You go to a cigar lounge, mingle with other, cigar smokers, and just have a good time, like you're going to a bar, or like I know there's pipe shops. Actually, now that I think about it, back some years ago when I was in Colorado, there was this club that I had visited, more of a dance club, but it had a section in the club that was a cigar lounge. I just remembered that. Wow, that's crazy. But yeah, really cool place. But it's just a casual thing. And so, and I'm not going to get all into the deets. I was about to go there, but I just encourage you guys, if you care to know anything about cigar smoking, just look it up. A lot of the information on YouTube, but I will let y'all know it is not like smoking anything else. And if you don't know what I mean by that, you just go ahead and do the research, and you'll find out what I'm talking about. But it is something that I've been enjoying. And so, and it's also something that you collect. So, but yeah, one cigar smoker was saying this. It was a female, and she was like, if you got them, smoke them. And I'm like, you know what? Duh, yeah. So, yeah. But, and that's why I've been going hard on mine, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, I got 2 left. Matter of fact, hold on a second. I will show y'all. Okay. So, pardon me, guys. I wanted to kind of show y'all. So, this is one of my containers. I am drawing a blank on the name right now, you guys. I'm sorry. Humidor. This is an acrylic humidor for your cigars, and I have one inside it. This has the humidity level on it as well. This is the best one for that. I'll just real quick let you guys see. That is one of my cigars. This is Perdomo Habano Connecticut blend. So that's one of my cigars right there. And I want to keep that right back in there. So yeah, that's one I have. I bought 5 of those, and I just have the one. And then this one, it came in a nice box. When you see it in something like this, y'all, you know it's good quality. Oliva Serie V Melanio is the type of cigar that is. And as you see, there was 6 in this one, and I have one left because he's been, and that's it right there. This is a box press cigar, meaning it's kind of it's not round, it's like in a box like shape. But yeah, that's that one right here. Very good, very, very good cigar. And you see how big that is, right? So depending on the length of the cigar determines how long of a smoke it is. Okay, just so y'all know. But anyways, that's I think I bought 5 more. And the cool thing is, a lot of times when you buy cigars, they'll give you like free ones. I was actually going to possibly do a monthly subscription to one, which is a lot cheaper than what I paid for the ones that I got. But they give you, it's 5 a month, but they pick whatever they pick them out for you, which isn't a bad thing. But if you want a certain kind, then you get what you want that way. So I just really wanted these ones. When I get them in, I will show you guys what they are, so you guys can get an idea. And maybe if I have my gimbal by then, I will do a video showcasing uh, my cigar, and just what a good time it is to enjoy a delicious cigar. And then of course maybe I can show you guys how to smoke a cigar and everything like that. So anyways, y'all, that's all I have for now. But I really pray that you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys were entertained. If you guys have any questions, any comments, leave them in the description or in the comment area, excuse me. Like the video, subscribe if you haven't already, click the notification bell so that way you guys are aware of the videos when I upload them. And again, I just thank you guys so much for helping out with the start of my channel. And that's about it, guys. I am Real King, and this is it, y'all. All right.